Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. In today's video I have a little collective haul for you. I have been, as always, in Ulta and Sephora and at the MAC counter and here and there looking at makeup and trying new things. And so I had a whole mess of stuff and I thought, oh my gosh, it's going to take me forever to do individual review videos on all of this stuff, so I thought I would show it all to you. You can tell me what you want to see reviews and tutorials on first, and there will be a couple of mini reviews in today on a few of the things that I did use today and on a couple of things that I have used in the past week or so. So let's jump right into it because there's a lot of stuff here and I don't want this video to go on forever. The first product, and one that I was super excited to get, is the MAC eyeshadow palette. This is one of the X15 palettes. This one is the Nordstrom Edit. And while these are not new, they've been out for a couple of years, what is new is that they just dropped the price by 20 bucks. So instead of 85 bucks, these are now $65. There are 15 in here, and they normally retail for $22 a piece. So 85 was already a savings, but still a lot to spend on a palette for me. And now that they're 65, I was like, ooh, I gotta get me one. And I really like this collection of colors a lot better than the original releases that they put out. You know, if I'm gonna buy a palette, I like a mix of warms and cools, and this certainly does have that. It's got a lot of mid-tone neutrals that are great for disguising the hood. And I did this eyeshadow look with it today using the 3 grays on the bottom row, plus this nice fawny color up here for doing the blending, and then this darker tone over here just to darken it up. So I think this is a really versatile palette, and of course it's, as always, the usual MAC quality for the eyeshadows, which go on great. They have a lot of payout with the colors. They don't kick up a lot of dust. And if you want to see a tutorial on this look, just let me know in the comment section below the video. The other thing I bought was a couple of Morphe brushes, because when I did my best brushes for mature skin, people said, hey, have you tried the Morphe brushes? And I was like, nope, haven't tried them. So I went out and got a couple. I got the G6, which is a flat-topped foundation brush. I'm not the biggest fan of applying foundation with a brush, and I have not really had great luck with it so far, so I was hoping this would change my mind about that. I've only used it once, so I can't really say. And then the other one I got is the MB23. This is a eyeshadow blending brush, and this is a nice brush. It is super soft. You guys know that I love the Beauty Junkies brushes. This one compares directly more to the Sigma E40 because it's got that same long head on it. It's actually a little bit longer than the Sigma brush, and for me it's just a little bit too long and too bendy. I still prefer the Beauty Junkies tapered blending because the head is just a tiny bit shorter, the bristles are a little stiffer. While the bristles are really soft, they're not quite as soft as these. So if you're looking for a softer experience, this could be a good brush for you. I saw these at CVS. They're 2 Wet n Wild products. They're like $5 a piece. The Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer is the Photo Focus primer. I have it on underneath the eyeshadow today, so we'll see how that does. And then the other one is the lash primer, because you know I love my Lancome sealed booster, but that stuff costs $25, and if I can save 20 bucks and get something like this, then that would be great. So I use this today as well on my eyelashes. We will see how it wears throughout the day. Now let's go over to Ulta and see what I picked up there. I've been dying for one of the newer Tarte palettes. Not newer, Tartlet or Tartlet in Bloom 2, or one of these Rainforest After Dark, or one of those new little mini palettes. I ended up picking this one out because my daughter had prom last week and she showed me a tutorial that didn't list which eyeshadows were used in it, but it was kind of a purpley smoky look. And I thought that I could create that look for her using this color, well, these 3 over here. I didn't end up using it for her. She didn't really like it. I have used it a couple of times. I'm still on the fence about it. I think that I would prefer to get the Tartlet in Bloom, the one with some shimmers in it, and I think I'll probably end up with that one instead. But you know, the quality on this is great. I'm just not sure about the tone. So let me know if you have seen this one, if you're interested in it, if you own it, if you love it. I do like the snake and the little purple gem in his head. That's cute. I picked up a foundation for Foundation Friday. It's Philosophy Take a Deep Breath Cushion Compact. I had never tried anything from Philosophy before, and a lot of people had recommended their foundations. So I picked this one up to try. I got it in the shade 5, and I'm wearing it today, and this was my first wearing. So far, so good. I really like it. So I think this is going to be the next Foundation Friday, because I do want to do something that I like, because I get tired of just hating things all the time and telling you guys that I hate it. I did put it on with a primer today because I did buy a primer and I was trying to use all the stuff from this haul on my face today. And I did use a finishing powder that I bought with it, which you'll see in the Sephora haul. But so far so good on this. Good product so far. I like it. I like how it looks. It's not an epic fail right out of the chute, let's say that much. So we'll see how it wears throughout the day. So the primer that I put with it is this Algenist Pore Corrector Anti-Aging Primer. I picked this one up because I think I had told you guys a number of times that I was doing a primer video specifically for enlarged pores. As you know, as we get older, sometimes our pores just get bigger because the muscles get tired and they get all stretched out. And so I've been on the hunt for a pore minimizing primer that actually works and that actually stays working for at least a few hours. And I haven't found a winner yet, and so that's why that video has been so long in the coming. I have tried so many different things, and while they might work at first, they don't last more than a couple of hours. So anyway, I had heard about this one, had high hopes for it. I'm using it today. We'll see what happens, and I will let you know on that one in the future. I posted a summertime lookbook last Friday featuring bathing suits and cover-ups and shorts. And so because it is still April and cold here, I had to put on a tan, and the product I bought to do that, a lot of people had asked about. So this is it. It's the Jurgens Natural Glow Instant Sun. This is, I think, the newest product in the Jurgens Natural Glow line. This one is a mousse, like a foam. You just squirt it out, you rub it on, and it's an instant tan. It's supposed to be dry in 60 seconds and tan you up. So that's what I used in that video. I thought it actually worked fairly well. I thought live and in person it might have looked slightly to the orange side, but looking at it on video, I think it looked fine. It went on really nice and evenly. It did dry fast. And once it was dry, it didn't seem to come off on my clothes, and it also didn't seem to wash off like instantly, like the next shower. It still stayed on my skin. My only problem with it is that the alcohol content is very high. It is the 4th ingredient on in the ingredient list, alcohol denatured, so very drying. And I did find that like the next day I had to really slather on the moisturizer, otherwise my skin had that, like, you know, that dry, chalky look on the surface. So I think that if you're going to use this, definitely use a lot of moisturizer after it and continuing on. But for putting on an instant tan that I didn't want to have to sleep in it overnight or wait 5 days for it to develop, it actually worked pretty well. So that was a good product. I picked up a Maybelline foundation because I'm always looking for a drugstore foundation to do a Foundation Friday on. I got the Dream Liquid Mousse from Maybelline, and I really hated this, so no go, no Foundation Friday. This is like 100% silicone. It goes on and it's so slippery, it slips around my face. I just did not enjoy using it at all. And the color was this strange grayish pink. I mean, obviously could have found a different color. It has a pretty strong smell to it. I just didn't like the thing at all. So that we will not be seeing in a Foundation Friday. The other things that I got were a couple of lip products. This is the one that I'm wearing today. I've been dying to try these Revlon Ultra HD Matte lip glosses, and they come with a doe foot applicator wand. This is a really comfortable product. Like, I've tried a lot of the matte things, and they're very uncomfortable to wear. I find them very drying. This one doesn't seem drying. It's not completely matte either. It's got a little bit of a soft gloss to it, but it's very nice. It goes on easily. It looks good. My lips look nice. The only thing with this is it has a very strong scent. If you're not into scented lips or lip stuff, it smells like Sweet Tarts. You know Sweet Tarts, those little candies? Like pure sugar. The other lipstick that I got was the Too Faced matte lipstick to try. This one is in Bachelorette. And I've worn this in a video because I really love the color. It's very much like this color, but it's a little more corally. It's really pretty, but I gotta say, this is one of those matte lipsticks that I find that it's just too matte and too dry. I put it on, my lips look very crinkly, so I always end up topping it with my NYX Pump It Up in Elizabeth. It kind of tones down the pink very nicely and gives it a less dry, more wearable feel for me. So I absolutely love this product. All right, that was it for Ulta. Now let's go over to Sephora so I can show you what I got there. I used my 15% off VIB sale card. First thing is a much requested foundation for a future Foundation Friday, and that is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Foundation. But because I was ordering online, I did get it in the wrong color, so I have to return this. I got it in the shade Neutral 2, so I think I have to go back and get it in Neutral 3. It's way too light for me. Yeah! Right? So I need to pick it up in the right shade so that we can do a Foundation Friday on it. Another foundation that I picked up is the Givenchy Photo Perfection Foundation. My daughter, who's at college, recommended this one. I guess that someone she knows at school uses it, and she was like, oh my gosh, Mom, her skin looks perfect when she's wearing it. You can't see it on the surface of her skin. It looks great. It may make a 19-year-old skin look perfect. It did not make my skin look perfect. And it has a very, very strong fragrance. Oh my gosh. I also picked out the wrong color. It was very hard to do a color match. This is too yellow and too light, but since it does settle in wrinkles, and it did give me polka dot pores, it had 2 strikes against it and the fragrance. I was like, yeah, I'm all set with that. So then another thing I picked up was the Dr. Jart BB. Of course, I'm still doing my sunscreen comparison, and this had gotten really good reviews as one of the best sunscreens, one of the best to wear under makeup. It is a BB cream, but it does contain a all mineral SPF 45. This came in 2 colors, a light one which was like purpley gray on me, and then this is the dark to medium, but this made me look so ridiculously tan, like I was really trying to put on a tan. It just made me look silly. Another sunscreen that I picked up that has also gotten excellent reviews is the Clinique for Men. This is an SPF 50. I have not tried this one yet, so I can't tell you how that one is. And then what else did I pick up? Oh, I've always been wanting to try the Laura Mercier setting powder. It's the setting powder that I have on over the Philosophy foundation today. It comes with a little puffer, which I didn't use, and then it's just this little travel size, which is 0.33 ounces. So that is enough to last me forever anyway. I love these travel sizes at Sephora. Like, why buy a full size of anything ever? It takes so long to go through makeup, and I always have the stuff and give it away, so I'm doing travel sizes from now on. The other 2 things I got, one was I replaced my Lancome Hypnose Drama because I love this mascara. This is my favorite, but it's $27.50, so anytime I can get it at a little bit of a discount, I'll do that. So I got one of those with the 15% off. And then I was looking for a new liquid eyeliner. I love the NYX Super Skinny Eye Marker in Carbon Black. This one is all dried out. And I said to myself, instead of just buying the same thing again, why don't you try something new? So I looked at the reviews on Sephora, and this Clinique Pretty Easy liquid pen came up with top marks. So I gave that a try, and I put it on today, and it is very nice. And actually, I can show you, look at this. I've had it on here for hours and hours. I've washed my hands. I even tried to spit clean that off. That is not budging, so I think this is going to be a good one. Today's the first day I've used it. It was easy to apply, super thin line. That's what I like. I like something that makes a really thin line because it's really easy for me with my, aging vision to make a mess up there with liquid liner. So this was a really nice, super thin eyeliner pen, and I enjoyed using it. That is everything for now. I'll wrap up this part, and then I'll come back in a couple of hours and we'll see how the makeup is doing. So I'll see you in a couple hours. So I had to go out and run a few errands, so I thought I'd show you what this foundation looks like in the sun. I need dog food, so I gotta go over to the PetSmart. But here is what it looks like. Pretty good. Hey, I'm back. Let's finish up this video by checking in on the makeup. It's been on me for about 8 hours. I have good news and bad news. I never reapplied this Revlon matte lip stuff the entire day. So talking for 2 hours, a snack, a cup of tea, and I just ate dinner, full dinner, and look at this stuff. Still on there, still looking really good. It did kind of leak up into one of my lip wrinkles a tiny, tiny bit. So this is really like, you put it on in the morning, make sure you like the color because it's going to be with you for the entire day. So that's pretty amazing for a drugstore product. And the foundation, I am really, really happy with it, so I can't wait to do the in-depth foundation Friday. But it hasn't settled into my wrinkles, although that could be because of the primer that I used with it today. So it could be because of this primer, but it could be that philosophy, take a deep breath, is going to be a winner. I'd say that the foundation wore well, the primer worked well, the setting powder worked well. It's the eyes where I'm having the problems. Can you see that big black gloober under each one? My mascara is flaking and I have little flakes around, and I have, you know, 2 big smudges on each eye. So I'm going to say that, yeah, the Photo Focus Lash Primer, not so great. But the primer, the eyelid primer, Photo Focus Eyeshadow Primer, that seems to have worked really well because the eyeshadow has held up really well throughout the day. Oh yeah, and the last thing was the Clinique eyeliner, which still looks really great. So yeah, a bunch of good stuff today. So thanks so much for spending some time with me today and rummaging through my shopping bags with me. I hope you liked seeing the products and the results that we had with them today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. So take care. Bye-bye.